To the best of each member's knowledge, the only subjects just discussed or considered in the preceding closed meeting were those lawfully exempted from the FOIA Act's open meeting requirements and properly identified in the motion that convened the closed meeting pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A29.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and properly seconded. Any discussion? By roll call vote, Mr. Boyce.
Yes.
Mr. Cardwell.
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
Mr. Hensley.
Yes.
Mr. Simpson.
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel.
Yes.
By a vote of 6-0, we are out of closed session.
Next item is adoption of consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the council and will be approved or received by one motion in the form listed. Items may be removed from the consent agenda for discussion under the regular agenda upon motion of any council member and duly seconded. Specifically, July 14th, 2025 regular council meeting and the July 29th, 2025 workshop meeting. Entertain a motion.
You do it instead of me. I'll do it.
Entertain a motion.
I'll motion it. Second.
Motion made, properly seconded for adoption of the consent agenda. Any discussion?
Are we certain it's correct?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Let's look at it.
I did read it. Yeah. With that, please read these before we get to the meetings. They're in your email. Christie, I'll get mine tomorrow. The account issue and the laptop issue. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
That went over my head. What are you talking about?
My laptop, though being in the town office, got forgotten on the network.
Can you not get it on your phone, on your iPhone?
I just changed iPhones and mine was,
Again.
I don't have the account stuff straight yet.
Okay.
There's no further discussion on the motion to adopt.
I have nothing else to say.
Did you write these minutes, Kristen? I like the flare. It's a very nice style.
Oh, thank you. I'll make note of that.
Cool. I take no exception to minutes.
You may want to send these out to the entire council as they are completed so we can start reviewing them earlier, since based on recent events. Not a problem, but
There are some minor, like, grammatical things in some of the older minutes where it's like true is TRU and just little things that are like for the eternal forever record, we might want to just
Correct it.
run it through Microsoft Word, but other than that, it looks good. No, not in these.
if
Okay.
there's no further discussion,
Because he just complimented you for your ability a minute ago.
if there's no further discussion, all in favor of adoption of the consent agenda as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion carries. As we have no citizens here, I'm going to skip citizen comment unless a member of council has a citizen issue they want to discuss. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
We haven't got the council comment, we'll get there.
Well, should I, if it was a concern brought to me by a citizen, would you rather me,
I'll let you go, yes.
is that appropriate? So I went out and met with Mr. David Elder at his shop. Has anybody contacted you about that? Anybody reached out? So,
The drainage?
yeah, the drainage off of the
Cortland Field.
the library park in Cortland. Unfortunately, you know, that's a VDOT right-of-way, VDOT sidewalk. I told him that I would look and see if we had a town stormwater plan or if that was entirely VDOT. And if we could just, you know, put in a word to VDOT to ask, because he said there was, VDOT told him that they were going to raise that sidewalk at some point, but then, this is in, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, when the outgoing guy, I think, was retiring. So I don't know if that was ever conveyed to the new district superintendent. But, you know, we're limited in what we can do, but I just relayed to him that we would look into it.
Did he
I
have
will
any
have-
water in his shop?
Yes,
Yes.
his floor was flooded.
Oh.
He says it's gotten much worse of late on Lee Street.
No.
And we've had the issue on Atwood Street from when Gary was still our town manager, so.
And the curb at the back of the school board parking lot apparently has been broken up, whether through just time and it's gotten old and rocky, or somebody's actually removed pieces of it. And they seem to think that that is causing water to flow down the hill instead of into the drainage.
Thank you,
Well,
Mr.
we will, I will reach out to Robert as a residency administrator and just make sure that these things are on his radar. Ultimately, that's,
We have several other items. I don't know if you want me to share with you now on to VDOT, but the other one would be at the bus shop, in front of the bus shop in Confederate. The drainage system there will not take the water. We had a car get totaled the other
Yeah.
day in that one of the downpours, and it's about the third car that I've known has gotten succumbed to water over the hood.
Despite
3.5 feet of water on Confederate.
despite the comments this morning of don't drive through water.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. The other thing is, a lot of the overgrowth of the seasonal tree growth is blocking some of our signs and streets in town that need to, in past, town has worked with VDOT, but that's kind of stopped. But the town and the VDOT would clear the right-of-ways, because VDOT owns all the roads pretty much, but
well, I can't remember if I told council or not, but I met with Chris Winstead and Robert.
I just noticed a lot of the signs.
And we had a
block.
very good, productive meeting. Chris, I've known Chris, I used to work for Chris. I've known Chris for a long time.
Yeah.
And so we have a good relationship with VDOT. They are unfortunately suffering the same kind of stuff that everybody else is in the industry with being short on staff. They, Tori especially, Tori and David have reminded them and requested about grass cut, the typical type of things, and they are simply behind schedule. All that being said, I've got my little list of written down here, and I'll make sure that we touch base again with VDOT just to make sure that they know that.
And the other item that, if I can piggyback, our 911 signs throughout the town have become, a lot of them have become faded from sun. The historical district has the brown ones, and then everywhere else has the different colors, but I'm pretty sure that's the obligation of the town.
I was gonna say, yeah,
To
I'll look
911.
into it, but when you said 911 signs, I was thinking that's probably not a VDOT.
It's not VDOT, it's-
Yeah.
There's
It's
boxes
county.
of them in the basement. We still
Yeah,
have a lot of the numbers down
Oh,
there.
do we?
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
it
the
wouldn't be
new-
hard for us to go bolt up news.
and that's what we've been doing. I think in the past, we took care of our
Yeah.
in-town 911 sign, road names.
Yeah,
Yeah. But a lot of them is faded, I noticed, that
okay.
it just needs some attention at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
That's all right, no, that's
Yeah.
quite appropriate. Good time to get all that out. Anything else from any other councilmen, one of their citizens addressing them?
I have that one about the, there was a river.
That's number, what
That's-
did you
you are-
That's
tell
on the
me?
agenda.
Okay.
Number 7
Okay.
under new business.
Not a problem. All right. Moving right along, unfinished business. Consideration to adopt a resolution to strike the incorrect amendment to the workshop minutes of April 29, 2025, and to affirm the correct recordation of the May 5th, 2025 special call meeting. Resolution is in the packet.
So there is a council action form that I put together for that. The issue is a record correction of amended meeting minutes. Recommendation, staff recommends vote for approval of resolution. Timing is today. The background, upon further investigation, it was discovered the town's meeting accurately reflected the action taken at the May 5th, 2025 special called meeting. So behind that council action form, you'll find the resolution drafted, checked by our attorney. It's, like I said, staff recommends that you approve this resolution.
Do I need to read this?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Oh.
No, you can just,
As presented.
yeah.
Move that we adopt the resolution to strike as presented.
Second.
Motion made, properly seconded. Any discussion?
That saves us 10 minutes.
Can we just make, you're including full copies of resolutions in the minutes, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great.
The title of the resolution, a resolution to strike the incorrect amendment to the workshop meeting minutes of April 29, 25, and to affirm the correct recordation of the May 5th, 2025 special call meeting. There's no further discussion. Entertain a motion to pass this resolution.
There was already a motion.
Motion,
Second.
sorry, thank you. Thank you, Debbie. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. New business, discussion regarding newly developed documentation review procedure for all regular, special call, and workshop meetings.
So the next item is just informational. The issue is quality control documents to ensure correct notice and recordation of meeting agendas and minutes. We'll have a new deputy clerk here at the end of this month, and I want to make sure that we have all of our procedures in place to the best of our ability to make sure that we don't have any issues moving forward. Best way to do that a lot of times is just a simple checklist. So if you look past the council action form, I believe,
Which page number?
I don't know that.
17.
Thank you, Kenny.
Okay, there we go. There's a Town of Appomattox meeting documentation review procedure that will be inserted into the employee handbook. And Don and I are still in the process of wrapping up. Behind that, we actually completed this for this meeting. You'll see the form Christie has put on town letterhead, and it covers pre-meeting and post-meeting, as far as having the agenda correct where it needs to be, and then the meeting minutes having been taken care of properly. What this ensures is that, you know, whether I write the agenda, Christie writes the agenda, whoever puts the meeting materials together, it has to come back on my desk, and I have to go through the entire thing and make sure that I'm happy with it, which hopefully means that it's right. And then I sign off on it. It also gives the clerk a little cover, and it just helps prevent mistakes. And it's not something I mind doing. It's if I had been doing it this whole time, we probably wouldn't have to have had amended minutes. So, lesson learned.
Do you want a motion to adopt this as policy?
This is all
or
information,
this
just purely
okay.
informational. It's procedural stuff for us. I wanted to let you all know, and also in a public forum, that we take our transparency and our quality control and our agendas, our minutes, we take all of this very seriously. And we want to make sure that we're getting the information out to the public per law, and also because it's just the right thing to do.
Thank you, sir. Item 6, consideration to adopt the amendment to the appropriations resolution of Appomattox Town Council fiscal year 2025-2026 budget for the town of Appomattox.
I will make a motion. We adopt this amendment.
And this is just in response to the state approved rate.
Yeah, this is,
So I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Item 7, added to the mobile food truck ordinance. Request to waive the permit fee for a nonprofit event. Note there are no nonprofit food trucks. This is to the Railroad Festival fundraiser. I assume it's being held at the plaza?
It's at the Festival Park,
Oh,
Cortland Festival Park.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry.
And it is Bike Night, which is operated by the Railroad Festival as a fundraiser for the Railroad Festival. And it was brought to my attention at the last Festival Park Committee that and I brought the ordinance with me and the mobile food truck information with me and we talked about that at our meeting, and it has been requested that we waive this one-day permit for the fact that this is a fundraising event for Railroad Festival. During the Railroad Festival, the food truck ordinances are waived.
So for previous instances of stuff like this, because the fee would rest with the food truck for-profit business, right?
Yes.
Would we, in absence of an amendment to our code that exempts nonprofits, would we need to refund it through our EDA, or can we just unilaterally vote to waive it for one off event because we're waiving the fee for a for-profit business, not for a nonprofit?
Personally, from my standpoint, it would be cleaner to refund it through the EDA. Not all councils would do it that way, but you do run the risk that if you just waive it, that some others could say, well, I'm entitled to this waiver as well, and you get into a question of when do you have to do it. So
It's a kind of clunky procedure for this one, but could we amend our code at some point to allow, if you're in the auspice of a nonprofit event permit, like the event permit's held by a nonprofit, then you're exempt.
we could, yes.
But I think for this one, because I can just see the complaints now of other businesses and even restaurants complaining, why don't they have to pay the fee?
I absolutely agree. I'm the bearer of,
Yeah, I'm supportive of it, I just,
yeah.
yeah.
So in other words, any food truck or trucks, for example, that this bike night, the Railroad Festival Committee are able to get to come for the bike night event on August 23rd, they would have to pay this one-day permit of $25 up front and abide by all the other rules in this document. And then it would go to the EDA to refund their money. Not just one truck, but
What is our current food truck ordinance? Because I thought it was so we have a one-day fee rate, and then we also have the 1 year with the annual fee.
$25 for 1 day and $100 for a year.
do you not have a copy of it, Nathan?
Did they pay meals tax? Or is
Yes.
That need to be.
Right. So we need to make
You
sure
have a
that we're
copy of it, I
reporting.
think, in your packet.
Okay, thank you.
And I also had asked,
Was added on.
yeah, I had asked that we review the verbiage in this, because I was asked to see if, by the Festival Park Committee, Railroad Committee.
So we amended that in 2021 from, it used to be like 500.
Yes,
Right.
that's what the amendment was. I don't think nothing else changed, but was 1 year permit was 500, and we changed that in 2021 to $100 for a 1 year permit.
I mean, if it's $25, then that's kind of like the filing fee for us to know about you to make sure you're doing your meals tax.
And,
Like, that's the administrative, it costs more in staff time to make sure they're paying their meals tax.
and there isn't just a fee, there's a checklist and there's numerous things that the food truck needs to abide by, which is included in this document.
You get that?
Yeah.
But we also need to keep in mind, and this is it's chapter 126, licensing, 126-16, mobile food establishments. That is included in the packet. That's our town ordinance. But we need to keep in mind that if there were any liability as far as if these items were not abided by the food truck, I'm not saying they would be, but I'm just saying if they were not, and people got food poisoning, that would be a serious liability issue for the town. That's the reason that they're in here, the checklist. The health
If it's
department-
$25 and you're in business, I mean, I don't think it's worth the staff time for us to refund it either. I think it's the cost of doing business on a one-day rate in Appomattox. Because there's an administrative burden of us managing the food truck program.
At issue, Nathan, was the fact that I was told by a member of the Railroad Festival Committee, who is also on the Festival Park Committee board with me, that they were having difficulty obtaining any food truck from Lynchburg to come because they were told they weren't making enough profit to spend their whole day
Right.
on that day. So if we added a layer on that not only that, but they had to get this and pay a $25 fee, they felt that they would not be able to get any food trucks.
I think it's not gonna make a difference.
For
Like,
the
if
event.
you're not profitable to the point where $25 makes a difference between you
I
coming
made
and
that
not.
point. I
Yeah.
made that point. If you running a business, a food
Yeah.
truck business, and again, I will just mention, I mentioned it to her when we had this discussion, that all the areas around us, Lynchburg, Farmville, Rustburg, every area has a food truck ordinance and a fee. They all do. I mean, this is not unique, and if you run a mobile food truck and you're in Lynchburg and their fees are a lot higher, you would be aware of that. If you're running a business, I made all those points, but we're asked to waive this fee because it's a fundraiser
nonprofit,
for
yeah.
the Railroad Festival. So I'm
I'm not supportive of waiving the fee for this one. I think it sets the wrong precedent. We have administrative costs that we have to take care of, and it is such a small fee that the fee itself is actually just a record. It's a record that they were here, it's a record that they paid the meals taxes. And when you get rid of the fee, you get rid of the record. It's like a filing fee for a court document. So the fee isn't about the fee itself.
I think my comment was $25 for a mobile food truck will not make or break that
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
That's how I put it.
Yeah.
However, I was doing my due diligence and bringing this to the attention. And Timmy
That letter, whatever.
Yeah.
brought the letter from,
The
From
committee.
the Historic Appomattox Railroad Festival Board. Excuse me. Dear Town Council, the Historic Appomattox Railroad Festival Board is kindly requesting that town tax fee and forms be waived for our upcoming
Tax fee,
festival
no.
fundraiser on August 23rd, 2025. Thank you, Historic Appomattox Railroad Festival Board.
No.
so what's, Nathan is a no, so what say other council members?
I don't see how we can waive the documents. I mean, that's no brainer. I mean,
And Counselor Spiegel, apparently, hearing that, they're asking to waive the meals tax.
That's what it sounded like to me.
And that,
was it,
I mean, I have to, my staff recommendation to council on that is a hard no.
I'm just the bearer of the
we'll have to look at
request.
a whole lot of hard no's because the whole Railroad Festival has 50, or how many food trucks, and I think.
All of it are-
Christie, how much do they pay out of that?
No, all of them are waived. We
So
waived
we've
that.
already set the precedent.
We
Holy
waived
cow.
the fee for the railroad festival, and there's tons of food
I
trucks.
mean, we're probably
I like to
missing
eat.
10,000.
I'll be happy to go to truck to audit and check the receipts.
Oh, man.
As well as we do not charge a fee. The festival park does not charge a fee for the railroad festival that sets up in Cortland Festival Park. I think that's, if you want, I think I'm right, but don't hold me to it. That was in our original bylaws when the festival park first opened. We do not charge a fee for bike night, and that was originally a Chamber of Commerce event. And when the Chamber of Commerce went defunct, the Railroad Festival took the bike night over for a fundraiser. And then when we have the tree lighting ceremony, which we began, I think, 5 years ago, that's an event put on by the Cortland Festival Park, so of course we don't charge for that either.
I moved, we can formally, I moved to formally reject. And we can provide context if they come here and ask us. But beyond that, but just say, sorry, we're unable to accommodate.
May I say that, please?
The forms, they don't even want to fill out the forms, and I can't,
It's a public health
yes.
thing.
yeah.
Public health issue.
And I will
safety
point
issue.
out, I think I mentioned this to Ms. Spiegel before we started. The many communities I've worked at, and she mentioned locally, but even in central, Richmond area,
McHenry.
it's absolutely
Oh, yeah.
normal, required for them to have fees to participate, for the health department to be involved, for nothing in this package that Ms. Spiegel and Christie provided is out of line. The requirements that the town has are not,
Unreasonable.
they're not too strict, they're not, they're not harmful beyond anywhere else. I would imagine we're cheaper than most places.
Yeah, and also, the other thing is that when you look at this thing here, it's literally C all the way down to subsection 5. A permit or fee may not be required for an individual mobile food establishment if the operators participate in approved fair, festival, or similar event approved by a temporary event permit pursuant to this section. I mean, it really only gives us that right of just that permit. Anything else is completely off the table.
And the fee is not charged if the food truck is set up on the property that the food truck vendor owns. An example of that would be Bryceland's. They own that
Well,
property.
because they pay a business license and
But,
we know they pay their meals tax.
oh yeah,
We tax their business personal property,
and on and on.
You being here in the office,
And that's written in
Railroad
this.
Festival weekend, do they fill out each vendor that comes here to serve food, do they fill out all these forms?
No, they have never filled out a form and never paid meals tax,
Have-
as long as I've been here.
I think
And
we've
that-
given them a waiver.
Because that was waived for the railroad festival, it was waived.
Can we research if that was ever like
Sure.
codified, or, council action or anything, or if it's just kind of grandfather?
Yeah,
And
we can
because
absolutely
of
look
the
into it. I
railroad.
mean, and just as an aside, because it's important to take this into consideration, we are going to be getting rolling, random, selective audits on our local businesses that are here 365 days a year on their meals tax remittance.
From whom? From us.
Yes.
To us.
We are going to be
We are going to
performing
be,
the audits.
we're going to,
Good.
yes,
Good.
do random audits to ensure that they're remitting the proper amount of money, that they're collecting the 8% that they're supposed to collect. So we're going to do that to our local businesses.
As well.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we definitely, I would recommend being consistent.
So question on that. that can be an entirely, because we've never done active enforcement really before on that. The first year or whatever, we can have, I don't even want to say this because it creates a moral hazard, but there has to be some form of safe harbor for them to realize we are doing active enforcement now. I don't want to send people to jail and charge them with misdemeanors for not paying meals taxes immediately, like the city of Lynchburg does now. But civilly, I think we collect everything. And then if we want to lean into active enforcement in the future, I think we do that, but
Without going into any detail about the particulars of the establishment, the town has been extremely flexible with businesses who have, for whatever reason, fallen behind or not remitted the proper amount of monies to the town, and have worked things out so that the town is made whole and that the establishment is not harmed. And that would always be our initial go-to.
cool.
Obviously, at some point, if you have repeat bad actors, and the amount is significant enough, and they're not making good faith efforts to catch up, at some point, and we thankfully, as far as I'm aware, we don't have any of that in this town right now. But at some point, you get to a place where it's better to have somebody else in that space,
Yeah.
especially if that business is collecting the 8% and then not turning it over. So, totally agree. No intention of finding somebody has maybe made some mistakes, and our default is, we're going to take your ABC license and we're going to shut you down, because that doesn't serve us, and it doesn't serve the community.
Because it's not the town's intent to harm any
No.
of our businesses.
Not at all.
We want to support them, but the health department and the other checklists and rules that are in this town mobile food truck ordinance is safety for the public buying the food, as well as a safeguard for the mobile food truck and for the town for any liability whatsoever. So I don't think that was the point I was making. It was not unreasonable, but I was asked to bring it to council to review the entire ordinance, tweak it, make it less restrictive. I don't think it's that restrictive. When you're serving food to the public, you have to follow certain rules. Certainly our brick and mortar businesses do.
I'll remake my motion unless it can just be done as administrative action. I'm not entirely sure, but I move that we deny the request. Just say, unfortunately, we're unable to accommodate this request. And good luck on your event.
Who seconded previously, or was it seconded?
It wasn't
previously?
seconded.
I'll second it.
Motion's made and properly seconded to deny the request for a variance from the mobile food truck ordinance. Any further discussion?
For the event, the bike night event
The bike night event. Thank you, Ms.
of
Spiegel.
August 23rd.
All in favor of the denial signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to the denial signify by saying no. The ayes have it, the motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to the Code of Virginia, Section 2.2-3711A1 for the purpose of assignment, appointment, promotion, or performance or resignation of specific public officer, appointee, or employee for any public body, specifically being appointee A. Entertain a motion.
I move that we go into closed session.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Simpson, seconded by Mr. Cardwell, to go into closed session. Any discussion? By roll call vote, Mr. Boyce.
Yes.
Mr. Cardwell.
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Yeah.
Mr. Hensley. Mr. Simpson.
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel.
Yes.
By a vote of 6-0, we are going into closed session again.
To the best of each member's knowledge, the only subjects just discussed or considered in the preceding closed meeting were those lawfully exempted from the FOIA Act's open meeting requirements and properly identified in the motion that convened the closed meeting pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1.
Entertain a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? By roll call vote, Mr. Boyce.
Yes.
Mr. Cardwell.
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Yeah.
Mr. Hensley.
Yes.
Mr. Simpson.
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel.
Yes.
By a vote of 6-0, we're out of closed session. If I may speak for the council, we are going to do some additional reviews. We will have another closed session at the workshop meeting. We're trying to get out of here as close to time as we can. So we thank you for your patience. We appreciate your input so far and then providing us with the necessary documentation. All right.
Is it going out, Kristen?
No, ma'am.
Yay.
Richard Mayor went out. Council Standing Committee reports. Finance. Physical Development, or whatever the other committee is.
None.
Mr. Town Manager, do you have a report for us?
Just a reminder, I will send out the date to everyone that, oh, watch has gone to sleep. Just like we all should be.
Amen.
That I will send out a reminder, I want to say it's the 28th, maybe Christy remembers, about when our new deputy clerk starts, so that you have the opportunity to come visit, say hello. Very, very excited about that. I know that the only person more excited than me is Christy. And I think I've briefed you on everything else that's pertinent at this time, so that should do it.
Great. Moving forward, Mayor, council concerns.
Council comment. Ms. Spiegel.
I would like to thank Christy for all the excellent work she has done and is still doing as stepping up and doing the interim clerks. It's not clerk, it's assistant clerk's
Deputy.
job. As she has done in the past, I want to commend her for her excellent work.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, so I saw there was a governor's press release about rural internet, something or another, they're building out and funding fiber and Starlink connections and stuff. I saw a media contact on that for Chantel, and so I reached out to the person just on a whim, and it turned out to be, I think, fairly high up in their government relations department. So he called me back this morning, and then we spoke, and another guy reached out from Chantel later this afternoon, but they're sending their current infrastructure map for Appomattox, which that's vendor proprietary, so I said that it's in the context, I assumed that it could be considered in the context of our renewal.
Okay.
So I would get, they haven't sent it to me yet, but I will of course share it with the town manager. But they asked that we didn't release it, because it's proprietary data. And then I asked about the rate structure and told the guy what current packages, I was telling him what current packages are costing residences in Appomattox. And he said that that really needs to be reviewed, and he didn't think they were that high for certain packages. So hopefully that's at least triggered a rate review. So I think we have we're at least on their radar for a franchise update at this point. So I'll share everything with Mike and hopefully get something done.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We have not had much success at our level with Chantel at this point.
It doesn't seem like we're gonna get fiber anytime soon on their build out, so.
Well, at least we'll know.
If we can pursue somebody else coming in, let's take that effort. Mr. Hensley?
None.
Mr. Garrett?
None.
Mr. Cardwell?
Just a fun fact, Dollar General's a divisional vice president is going to be in Appomattox tomorrow to celebrate local managers around here. They have done their meetings at Smith Mountain Link and Lynchburg, so it's just great that they're able to come to Appomattox.
Where are they going to be?
They're going to be at the Appomattox Community Center. And then,
Community center.
Then below the ballpark.
yeah.
And I know why you know.
Exactly, yeah. But then after also just continued prayers for the Boger family of Danville. Right now, I know that for the other councilman there, going through that attack was just pretty awful. So we just keep on wishing them prayers.
Mr. Boyce?
Speaking of prayers, I'd like to remind this council that the pastor of Spout Spring Baptist Church has passed, and that we need to be in prayer for, not only for him, but for the church members, because that's 2 pastors now that they've lost to death. Pastor Kavosnickel,
Yes.
and then Pastor Slaughter. So just pray for the family, pray for the church, pray for each other.
His service will be Friday at Evergreen Baptist Church. A good name.
I have the good fortune of working with his daughter at WSCT, so anyway. That was going to be my comment. With that, let's do our jobs and make sure that we're doing for our community. Serve the best we can, represent them.
Wrong way, Richard.
Good thing that didn't hit me.
Wasn't intentional.
Second, Mr. Garrett.
Motion made and properly seconded for adjournment. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, no. This meeting's adjourned.